Tens of thousands of Georgians come here every night to protest the country's drift toward Moscow. In announcing the turnaround, Prime Minister Irakli Kobakidze sparked an ever-growing wave of protests. Authorities have banned the use of fireworks, as they reportedly stress police officers breaking up demonstrations. Helmets are also not allowed to be worn, as they make it more difficult to hit them with batons. Nonetheless, demonstrators will keep coming. An overnight police charge ended with the arrest of nearly 50 participants in a peaceful demonstration. Meanwhile, the authorities are applying the law as they understand it. On Friday, the leader of the opposition Coalition for Change Party, Nika Gvaramia, was sentenced to 12 days. The leader of another group, Strong Georgia, Aleksandr Elisashvili, was temporarily arrested for 2 months. Protests are also taking place in Batumi on the Black Sea and the cities of Zugdidi and Kutaisi in the west of the country. The protesters are confident. I asked how they understand the Prime Minister's words about liberal fascists.
It's obviously part of the Russian propaganda. I think that he is truly crazy man. He's out of his mind.
Georgian people will win this battle. It's no matter what they will do. We are not going to give up. I see Georgian people. They are brave and they are angry and they are fighting for their goals. And I believe us, I believe all of these people, and I believe of our better future. So that's why we are here, and we are not going to stop until we win.
Very much so. I think it's this government. I think having people that are non-educated and in sports should not be in politics, and they don't belong in government. And we need people to push us towards Europe, push us towards a better future, not towards Russia, our enemy.
Rustaveli Square. It was here in 2008 that the late Polish President Lech Kaczynski stood at the forefront of the heads of state of Central Europe who flew in to stop Russian aggression against Georgia. Georgians remember this to this day, while young Georgians also have no doubts about the causes of the Smolensk catastrophe.
He was a big supporter of our country at this time and after this as well, until his death. And he was standing in front of the parliament, exactly here, and his support was very important at this time. That's how we survived at this time, because Russia decided to conquer the whole entire country, and because of him, because of Kaczynski and other Baltic leaders as well, that's how we survived, and we appreciate it. This fighting against Russia and against Putin's aggression started exactly in 2008. So where Kaczynski was standing here. After this was Crimea, Ukraine first war, and Ukraine current war, and it is continuing right now in Georgia. Now, exactly now. That's why finally we have to end this Putin's aggression and his dedication to capture the entire Eastern Europe, and how it was before. A lot of doubts about it, that Russian involvement was absolutely, logical in his death, because there are many, I don't know many details about it, but with what I know so far, it was, Russian specific operation against him, and I don't know why Europe did not have a proper reaction about this at this time. But from this perspective, today, in retrospect, it's absolutely logical that Russia, it was, organized by Russians.
The Georgian Dream Party claims to have won the October parliamentary elections and has a mandate for a pro-Russian turn in politics. However, democratic countries have not recognized the results of those elections. Georgi Vashkhadze, chairman of the United National Movement Party, believes that the elections were not fair, and that is why he did not take up his mandate as an MP. He says Georgians do not want to return to the Russian sphere of influence.
Actually, we were framing these elections as a referendum between EU and Russia, and now we're saying that Georgian Dream rigged referendum, and then they started implementation Georgia's, let's say, isolation from European Union and integration with Russian Federation. That's why people are at the street. That's because Georgian people disagree with that. Because Georgian people, they want to be Georgia member of European Union and member of democratic world.
The European Union is considering excluding Georgia from visa-free travel. A report has been written on the subject, according to which, if the authorities in Tbilisi do not take the recommended measures, then certain categories of people will be deprived of the right to enter the European Union without a visa. In our country, courage has stagnated, and slogans like freedom or independence seem an exaggerated phraseology. Here, tens of thousands of people find it worth sacrificing personal security for these notions. The 11th night of protests lies ahead.